The discovery of a secret tunnel eventually led to a massive brawl inside a 100-year-old synagogue in Brooklyn, New York. Known as 770, the synagogue serves one of the largest groups of Hasidic Jews in the world. Now, luckily, no injuries were reported from this brawl, believe it or not.
What are they doing?
But what the hell sparked it? What is behind the brawl in the first place? What got people so fired up?
You hate it when the little tiny hats are fighting amongst themselves.
Well, it was all over the discovery of a tunnel and an attempt by authorities to fill it with cement. So you see a gentleman coming out of that tunnel.
Gentleman.
This isn't in the Middle East, guys. This is in Brooklyn. Okay, this is in Brooklyn.
If you haven't heard by now of what I call MattressGate or Tunnelgate, there is a big scandal in New York City. Chaos broke out inside of a Jewish synagogue because of a massive tunnel that was discovered under this historic site in New York City. And when authorities tried to shut it down, sheer chaos ensued from these Jewish guys using it. Wild footage is circulating online showing a frenetic scene Monday at the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters in Brooklyn's Crown Heights, serving as the meeting location and place of worship for Orthodox Jews in that area. And it all has to do with this hidden tunnel. Long story short, this underground enclosure leading into this synagogue was stumbled upon last month by people who reported hearing weird noises under their homes. There are reports that a select group from this synagogue were using this tunnel to access a women's bathing area. This viral event literally took social media by storm, starting with this mattress. This mattress is so gross that this would not be on the list of mattresses we used to flip on growing up. Also, what stands out about this mattress is that it's a baby mattress. What were they doing in those tunnels? What were they doing on this mattress to cause this gross stain?
We are now joined by David Saltzman, who is a member of the now infamous
David Saltzman, Tunnel Jew. Did you see that?
Synagogues in Brooklyn. We've all heard the news story about these tunnels that were discovered underneath this synagogue. And there's a lot of theories going around the internet.
Eldridge, I think the fathers are absent.
About why these tunnels exist, a lot of conspiracy theories, wild accusations going on. So we brought David here as a member of the synagogue to set the record straight of any rumors.
This guy's got his shirt says true Jew.
Going around why these tunnels exist.
Police make a wild discovery underneath a synagogue in Brooklyn.
An illegal tunnel found below the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters in Crown Heights.
All right, Fox 5's Lisa Evers takes a look at how it was discovered.
9 men are facing charges this afternoon after police say they dug a secret tunnel into the sanctuary of the Chabad Lubavitch headquarters in Brooklyn.
The men described by police as extremist students are accused of digging the tunnel so that they would be able to have access to the sanctuary after hours. And when a cement truck was brought in to fill that tunnel, the men stood in the tunnel refusing to leave.
Oh my God.
And I want to be clear, there's been conflicting reporting on this story. When I was reading about it recently, there were claims that the tunnel was built specifically to skirt COVID orders that closed down religious buildings and that people wanted to continue worshiping. And so they needed a secret pathway or passageway into the synagogue. But I don't think that's really what's going on here. So why was the secret tunnel built in the first place? This is where it gets complicated.
I am not buying what some of these news articles are saying in terms of why this tunnel was built. One of the supposed reasons given is that these guys were concerned about COVID, and so they decided to take it upon themselves to build an extension to this synagogue, an underground tunnel to be exact.
Did they maybe just think about wearing a mask when they went out? No, we must build a tunnel to the synagogue.
Were supposedly so concerned with their health that they built a filthy tunnel in New York City.
They probably got asbestos poisoning just going through. Like, what kind of tunnel is that? You got to be on your hands and knees.
There was one more viral image going around, and this is the one everyone's been talking about. Is this, Dirk just pulled up on screen, stained mattress that was pulled out of the tunnel being carried by members of the synagogue.
Yeah, so here's a blood-stained mattress tunnel Jew. What do you have to say about that?
So there's a lot of crazy conspiracy theories. I don't want to go down any tasteless rabbit holes. But David, if you could, explain why was there a mattress in the tunnels and what is this stain? A lot of folks are wondering.
I'm sure the tunnel Jew is going to clear it up for us.
Is this stain feces?
No, it's not feces.
What
the
is
stain
it?
is blood, and basically we did rituals. I said that before. There were some
I feel so much better now knowing that it wasn't feces and it was just blood. That's all right, good. Well, we're done here.
Rituals that we do in the tunnels, and sometimes the rituals might involve someone who recently died, and we'll bring him down there, and we're trying to do a ritual to bring back the Messiah, which is a schneerson.
So you desecrate a corpse, is that what I'm hearing? Which is a felony?
If you heard about him on the news, so he died many years ago.
I thought they were going to say child sacrifice. Oh my Lord. Since we last met, many things have progressed. Many things. Moshiach still hasn't come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come on Moshiach. Can you do something? So do something to hasten his coming. The freak is Moshiach. We're doing. Oh no, it's not enough since many hours have already passed and he's still not here. Moshiach, are you here? Hasidim.
In New York City, 20,000 Hasidic Jews still keep traditions which have remained unaltered for centuries. They are called...
He's like, the Messiah has not returned, but there is still a couple hours left today. Maybe you could try a little harder.
The Lubavitch Chabad. The Lubavitch believe that they have the answer to the question, what is a Jew? Or more precisely, what does God expect of a Jew? God expects that a Jew should be someone who sticks rigidly to orthodox practices and to a fundamentalist reading of
I have fatigue, guys.
Jewish Bible, the Torah. Crown Heights, Brooklyn is the headquarters of a movement which has set up communities in 28 countries. The influence of the Lubavitch is felt worldwide, but most notably in Israel, where Orthodox religious parties would like to achieve a purely religious state.
I'm going to be honest, I have a little bit of Jewish fatigue over the past 2 years.
Hasidism began in Eastern Europe in the 18th century and was argued over even then. It attracted thousands to its emotional, mystical worship, but existing orthodoxy opposed it. Hasidic life centers on a charismatic leader known as the Rebbe. The Lubavitch Rebbe is Menachem Mendel Schneerson.
The Rebbe is Menachem Schneerson.
He's the seventh in a dynasty which stretches back 200 years. He is revered by his followers as father, guru, king, miracle worker, perhaps even Messiah.
This action makes clear
I love how random this video is.
that Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits the federal funding of universities and other institutions that engage in discrimination, applies to institutions that traffic in anti-Semitic hate. So
Anti-Semitic hate, yes, clap.
This is a very powerful document that we're signing today, and it's been a very big story over the last number of days when they heard. As you know, they had almost universal support in Congress, and yet they didn't get it done. and this has gone on for years and years.
Isn't it anti-Semitic to ask what is a Jew? What is a Jew? Because aren't you, you know, when you say what, you're talking about an object. When you say who, you're talking about a person. So you're saying Jews aren't people by asking what is a Jew? Shouldn't it be who is a Jew? I'm pretty sure a Jew is just someone that follows the teachings of Judaism.
Almost had universal support.
No. It's more complicated than this.
But there was always a roadblock. But this year there's no roadblock because I'm doing it myself. It's much easier. And we have support from many in Congress. This is our message to universities. If you want to accept the tremendous amount of federal dollars that you get every year, you must reject anti-Semitism. It's very simple. My administration will never tolerate the suppression, persecution, or silencing of the Jewish people. We have also taken a firm stand against the so-called divestment and sanctions movement, or BDS. You know that very well.
My administration has taken a hard line against anti-Semitism. Please clap.
And I have to tell you, Jared Kushner and Ivanka, they've been talking to me about this for 3 years now, maybe longer than that. But I go back about 3 years where it's something that I could do about it. You know, in this position, we can do things about it. Before that, not quite as much. I'd be just like you.
Oh.
Successful, doing nicely, but not for this. But they've been talking from the beginning
That's
of the
nice. Insult your audience there, Trump. That always works very well.
The administration, they've been bringing this up. And we forcefully condemn this anti-Semitic campaign against the state of Israel and its citizens. You just like me because my daughter happens to be Jewish, right? She has a great husband, Jared, and I'll tell you what, Ivanka could not be happier, and she's very proud. The only bad news, I can't get her on Saturday. I call. I can't speak to my daughter anymore on Saturday. So
he made a Jew joke.
But that's okay. Oh, beautiful. That's beautiful.
Oh, Lord. There you go, cementing your place in the annals of history there, Donald Jewish Trump. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you, Jew. Hashem. Mazel tov. He did a mitzvah.
I want to thank my Jewish daughter. I have a Jewish daughter. This wasn't in
my daughter, she's a Jew. She just decided to convert to a new ethnicity.
Plan, but I'm very glad it happened.
Donald Trumpsfeld. Look at that. That is a nice boob. That is a sufficient bra pad for his boob-like head, I tell ya. And now there's Howard Lutner. What is his name? Lutnick. Lutnick and Sputnik. What is that? Why would you put the rock there? What is that?
According to the source, Trump was pushed by his daughter Ivanka and son-in-law Jared Kushner to join the faith.
It's very true, Sasha. Thank you for the super.
At first, Trump resisted, stating it would threaten his base of evangelical Christian voters.
But they'll never see that, Sasha, you know?
However, he had a change of heart and officially converted in early 2017.
Should we do that on camera?
Absolutely. Sure.
He gifts Trump his grandfather's what? Birth certificate?
He converted in early 2017.
Should we do that on camera?
His German birth certificate from 1869.
So to let you know, this is the birth certificate of Donald Trump's grandfather, born in 1869, close to Bad Dürkheim.
Right?
Yeah.
That's called
and
serious.
And his Christian name was Friedrich.
Right? That's serious German.
Serious German.
That's serious. Bad Dürkheim is serious German. But I want to thank you very much for, first of all, I want to thank you for that. That's
my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again.
Fantastic. We'll put it up in a place of honor.
Yeah.
maybe we can, let's see, to put it up there someplace. It's an honor to have you. As you know, the Chancellor just won a great election, very, very strong election. Very respected man. I can tell you, we've been on the phone many times talking about some of the problems of the world outside of Germany. And it's very sad what's going on. We both feel that way. What's going on with Russia, Ukraine, and other things we talk about, but Russia, Ukraine in particular. I'd like to see
Why
that.
is it so sad to be chosen, though?
And maybe it'll end, but we get some news, there'll be some fighting. Something happened a couple of days ago, and now they do a return, and here it goes. It's not good. He's unhappy about it. I'm unhappy about it. But I think eventually we're going to be successful in stopping the bloodshed. It's pure bloodshed. 5,000-6,000 young soldiers a week are being killed. You know that those numbers?
Yeah, we know the numbers.
They're staggering. They're staggering numbers. But Chancellor, I just want to congratulate you, and I want to welcome you to the Oval Office.
Thank you.
It's an Oval Office that's in very good shape. We like fixing things up and having
They call it the Oval Office because it's shaped like an egg.
them tippy
I don't know
top,
if you know that.
like they have in Germany. They do that in Germany very much, and we do it here. We're having a very good run. I also had a great election, great win, won everything. Won the popular vote, all 7 swing states, which is a big deal. It's pretty unusual to do that. And we have a great mandate from the people, and part of our mandate is we're going to have a great relationship with your country.
And sometimes the rituals might involve someone who recently died, and we'll bring him down there, and we're trying to do a ritual to bring back the Messiah, which is a Schneerson.
Guys, there's 300 people here, and there's only 100 and something likes. If I could just ask you to hit the like button, hit the notice button, please.
Him on the news. So he died many years ago, but we have rituals that we believe we can bring him back. And so
so how do these rituals
work? Was that the main?
So you have a ritual where you bring a corpse down into a tunnel and you do things to them which make them bleed in an effort to bring them back to life. Holy Frankenstein. That's what Frankenstein was trying to do. Frankenstein was a Jew. He created a zombie. It's all making sense-a-wits.
Main guy who was sort of instructing on the tunnels.
Well, that was a long time. He's like the head. He's the head rabbi, and he's the guy that we look for direction.
Right, and the news was saying that.
Thank you, Steve Stevenson.
He is potentially.
Thank you, Alexander Berg.
Not passed on.
Right, that's right. So we don't know that, so we try to do rituals to try to
bring him back.
So how do these...
Also, the Titanic was sunk by an iceberg.
Can you explain the rituals and why does it involve a mattress?
I don't want to go into the details of the rituals, but basically we don't put the body on the floor, we put the body on the mattress, and sometimes...
We put the body on the mattress? Yeah, that was a dead body, but look, he was dead when he got on the mattress. Look, oh, really? So, how did he die? We shanked him in the shower.
We might make an incision somewhere on the body and a little bit of blood.
I love how he talks, or the way that he talks is anti-Semitic. If I just impersonated this guy, I'd be called an anti-Semite.
Yeah, we put the body on the mattress there. He starts to bleed a little bit. We do a little boo-bap ritual, try to bring him to life. We've been trying for decades, never had one success. Yeah, he was a cadaver.
Come out. But I don't want to go into the details.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, you mentioned...
Yeah, that's fair. Is it?
We talked...
It sounds like I don't know if that's going to hold up in a court of law.
On the phone that you brought a book with you.
Yes.
Is this...
Yes, this is the type of book I bought, and this is the type of book that...
This is the type of book I bought.
Describes different types of rituals and things of that nature.
So how does that...
I'm not into any weird shit, I promise you. This is just a book that outlines all the rituals that we do in the tunnel with cadavers.
Like, can you explain the book?
Well, it's too detailed to go through them.
Can you, maybe explain something? I don't want to go into the details there. That would be anti-Semitic.
Book, it's a detailed book, but I suggest if you have a chance and you want to get the book, you can read it.
The Book of Living and Dying.
Yes, type it in Book of Living and Dying.
So where did you guys learn? You guys use this for the rituals?
You want to buy the book? You just give me your social security number.
Is this an ancient
You can have the
Judaism
book?
thing?
No, we use some different books, and this is one of the books.
So how did you learn of this though?
This is just a book that I wrote. I decided I wanted to articulate my crimes. There's the book.
For other members.
Okay, and you don't want to get into the ritual at all, so you're laying someone. Who are these bodies that you're putting on the mattress?
These are basically members of the synagogue who recently passed away.
Oh. So they're dead.
Right, they're already dead.
Oh.
You missed that part, Tony?
I didn't know if there were people sacrificing their lives. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's like the two people to his side are like, geez, this is really weird, but let's keep going with this, I guess. So they're dead, and I'm sorry, what happened again?
Sacrificing. At least they died of natural causes. Or
Oh.
and
Natural
before you bury
causes,
them
yes.
in a cemetery, you basically
Naturally.
bring them down
into the tunnel
for a ritual. That's it. It's more like it's not something spoken about. Okay, but you can understand, just like other religions or something.
We found out they missed their 7,000 shekel donation this month, and so we had to neutralize them for natural reasons, of course.
Someone dies, they might keep the body in the house.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Same idea. So it would be no different than some other religion keeping a dead body in the house for a couple of days. They all have different rituals.
I don't know about all that, actually. I'm pretty sure if you tamper with a dead body, that's a crime?
Yeah, so the incision you mentioned, can you describe what's the purpose of that?
Well, like I just said before, it's just a ritual, and the incision is just part of the ritual, and hoping to bring back the Messiah. You see,
Perfectly normal. I'm pretty sure I heard Ted Bundy offer a similar testimony when he was on death row about what he would do. You know, just mute corpses.
I brought some notes, and if you want to really go through it, so that's the book we use. That's the book to bring people from the afterlife. Okay, so if you believe in that, I don't know if you believe in the afterlife.
Yeah.
You do, okay. So if you believe in the afterlife, then fine. Then you believe that many years ago in Egypt there was a method to bring people back from the afterlife, and we're using that type of method. Okay. And the thing is, like, what do you call?
Exactly, Tezuka. So Jeffrey Dahmer was just storing them in those acid containers for the ritual, of course.
Ritual itself is basically what we believe in is to bring that individual back. And
I mean, if this was like, this was any other person, like you're like listening to some crazed serial killer describe his ideology, It's sort of what it sounds like.
I read some verses.
But no, it's the Jews, so.
This from the book. I'm speaking to you in general.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not giving it to you exactly, but those are some of the notes I have. We said every person that dies in a ritual, we try to bring him back, the Messiah. Okay? We know the body is soulless.
Okay, so they died of natural reasons, which was God's will, and then you're trying to bring them back to life, which would not be God's will. Isn't that blasphemous? To try to resurrect the dead?
We know it's, and so you
once they die, yeah.
Right.
Do you shroud the body?
Do we shroud the body, like cover them up?
Yeah.
We'll cover them up, bring them, yes, but not.
No, I don't think so. Not for the ritual.
Covered up entirely.
Fully.
Correct, exactly. So that's it.
I feel like the girl on the right is like she's slowly inching away out of the frame. She's like, yeah. Sure. No, I think I have a phone call. I just forgot. I have a golfing tournament I have to get to.
So the blood, like I said, see my notes here. So the blood's from the incision made in a mattress, and we hope that the Messiah spirit will come into that.
It's like they had to get a spokesperson for their synagogue of Satan to sanitize the story a little bit. It looks bad, but don't worry. Tunnel Jew is here to save the day. Set us straight. Tunnel Jew, take it away.
That's what we hope for. Okay? We believe, like you said, you even brought it up, and that Schneerson was the Messiah. We believe in him. He died many years ago, but you said he might be alive, which is possible. And if he's dead, we try to bring him back. If he's alive, let it be.
So,
I'm pretty sure that there are people that we have in society that do that. They're called paramedics. They're called doctors. They're supposed to, medically treat someone that has suffered some catastrophic accident or what have you. Death is a biological function.
Dirk pulled up here on screen a wiki article kind of explaining how a sect of Judaism, of the synagogue you go to, they actually believe.
I want to ask the Tunnel Jew if they've ever had a success. Did they ever bring back someone that's been dead? Okay, so a 0% success rate, yet you still do it.
Schneerson did not die, quotes. So is it possible?
Right, some believe that. Here's the whole thing. Remember, within the synagogue, within the members, not everyone has the same exact belief.
Right.
Okay? So there is different levels of Judaism, and there are
of course, we know there's different levels. We've heard a lot about how multifaceted and multi-layered Judaism is, apparently.
Levels of Christianity, and there are different levels of everything. So not everyone is considered like when you say Jewish, there are some very religious Jews.
It's like that Jewish Jess content creator we covered on stream the other day. She's like, I have never been more Jewish than I am today after she got the call from Sheckelstein saying, hey, we got through 7,000 shekels. You want to come move to Israel? She's like, I am so Jewish now. I love being a Jew.
Some moderate Jews, so forth, and so not everyone has the same exact belief. Some believe that he's dead, some believe he's alive.
Right.
So you're trying to bring him back with this ritual. Some believe he is back. Does that mean the ritual worked?
For those that believe that he came back, then it worked for them.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you're saying you bring back someone from the dead, then you would have to present evidence to support the claim, which is to say you'd have to show the guy being alive now. Well, if you believe that he lives now, then technically nobody can stop you from that. He's still in a coffin.
Those that didn't believe it didn't work for them.
Well, that's pretty amazing then. So you guys might have brought that.
That's pretty amazing, really.
Back the Messiah on earth. He's living, the Messiah?
Anything is a possibility.
Seeing this baby mattress reminded me of a major child abuse scandal that rocked this community years ago. Take a look at these clips and make a note of each reference from their oral law called the Talmud.
He was sexually abused by a trusted teacher and then was shunned by his community as he tried to get justice.
And Janine, the teen you're about to meet is the first sex abuse victim from New Square to ever seek justice from the courts.
He told me that he has the ability to read the palm of my hand.
Yossi's life coach started to read other parts of his body. That ritualistic abuse, Yossi says, dragged on 3 times a week for 4 agonizing months, each time Taubenfeld ordering him to stay silent.
Okay, Eldridge, I'll take your word for it.
Digging deeper.
And I'll take your shekels. Thank you for the super.
Tonight, new concerns about an alleged epidemic of sex abuse being covered up in New York's ultra-Orthodox Hasidic Jewish community.
A New York rabbi arrested in Beverly Hills, accused of molesting children in Brooklyn.
Menachem Tewel, who also goes by the name Mendel Tevel, is a rabbi. During the last year, he's worked here at this Jewish center, JEM, in Beverly Hills, doing outreach work with children and teenagers. And Tuesday, he was arrested here on a warrant from New York, accusing him of 2 counts of criminal sexual acts and 1 count of sexual abuse.
I wonder what... Oh, look at him. I wonder what part of Israel he fled to.
I was 7 times a victim of molestation. 7 separate molesters.
Well, you know what they say... A lot of victims of SA, if they were, especially the ones that were victims when they were children, grow up to reproduce those crimes.
In a unanimous decision, New York City's Department of Health agreed parents must first give their written consent before allowing Moyles to perform a controversial part of the Jewish circumcision ritual.
God,
we have clearly identified that one specific procedure that's performed as part of some circumcisions, what we're calling direct oral suction, can be transmitting infections to infants.
The new regulation...
Yeah, it's like the only time I've seen there be blood involved with some rabbi-led ritual, it's because of a baby that's being circumcised, and it makes my stomach turn just having to say it and think about it, but they suck the, I'm just going to leave it at that.
The first in the country come after health officials identified 11 babies who contracted herpes from the oral part of the circumcision. 2 of them died. The Centers for Disease Control has stated the procedure is not safe.
Not only Jesus Christ.
Is it a safe method? It's the safest method.
Really? Oh, Rabbi, I can't say what I want to say. Never mind. They say it's safe.
William Handler calls this a direct attack on the ultra-Orthodox Jewish community and its customs.
Yep, exactly. There's the anti-Semitism, you see?
It says government is overstepping its bounds. Cantor Philip Sherman says he's performed more than 20,000 circumcisions, 6 just today. He says this is not about Jewish tradition, but rather everyone's well-being.
Now, today, we know that germs can be transferred, diseases can be transferred from the baby to the moil, and from the moil to the baby. So therefore, you can continue this custom by using a sterile tube, a gauze pad, and the rest of the bris is fine.
Health officials say it is going to be very difficult to enforce these regulations. They say that's because they really can't monitor mohels as they perform circumcisions. They say it is first going to take a complaint from someone before they can take any action.
For centuries, when a Jewish baby boy is born, the ancient ritual of circumcision is performed.
Oh, God.
But in some ultra-Orthodox communities, religious
You know, I
leaders
thank God every day I wasn't born chosen.
known as mohels also engage in something controversial during the
I'm
brit.
so happily a goyim.
In a practice known as Metzitze Bepeh, or just MBP, the mohel actually uses his mouth to suck the blood from the infant's penis after he cuts off the foreskin. Meant to prevent infection and serve as a celebration of life, News 12 has learned the little-known practice has turned into a curse for life for some babies involved in our area. And it's all because of a local rabbi who's alleged to have a sexually transmitted disease.
The rabbis are going to take care of it. They won't let him get away with it.
According to these documents we obtained from the state
Sure
health
thing. Mosa, thank you for the super. Remember the rabbi with the bump on his lip from a couple streams ago? Oh, yeah. Are you talking about Shmuley?
Department. Rabbi Yitzhak Fisher of Muncie has been tied to at least 3 herpes infections in babies, one of whom died back in 2004.
Yeah, circumcision provides no medical benefits at all. It's a weird mutilation to do. Don't you think they should be illegal?
Shortly after the tragic death, Rabbi Fisher was forbidden from practicing NBP in New York. But despite this state-issued ban...
Jorkin, the question that you just asked, Jorkin Peanutson, is something that I never thought I would have to hear, but yet here we are. You say, why is a guy with an STD in charge of sucking the... Wow, that is quite a question. You know, a lot to unpack there. Because obviously the implication is that a guy without an STD should be in charge of sucking the baby. But my question is, why do we have a ritual ceremony where they're sucking the baby? You know, Jorkin, you think that there should be a guy in charge of sucking the babies that doesn't have an STD. I think that there should be no ritual ceremony where you're sucking the baby. We are not the same, okay?
And one concerned mother tells us the
It's like the guy in charge was sucking the babies had one job and he screwed it up.
infected mohel is still placing innocent lives at risk.
What activities did they plan on carrying out in this secret tunnel? What secret rituals were performed in this tunnel? I want you to watch and listen to this from an episode titled Mexican Cult Murders, broadcasted May 1st, 1989 on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
But the more we have to notice, okay? The great noticing must continue.
As a child, my next guest was used also in worshiping the devil, participated in human sacrifice rituals and cannibalism. She says her family has been involved in rituals for generations. She is currently in extensive therapy, suffers from multiple personality disorder, meaning she's blocked out many of the terrifying and painful memories of her childhood. Meet Rachel, who is also in disguise to protect her identity. My next guest treats ritually abused children in her therapist practice. She feels that the problem is much more widespread than any of us can imagine. Says there's no doubt in her mind that the children and adults that she treats are telling the truth. Tina Grossman, we're glad to have all of you join us here on the show. You come from generations of ritualistic abuse?
Yes, my family has an extensive family tree, and they keep track of who's been involved and who hasn't been involved. And it's gone back to like 1700.
And so when you were brought up in this kind of evilness, did you just think it was normal?
I blocked out a lot of the memories I had because of my multiple personality disorder. But yes, I mean, it's like if you grow up with something, you think it's normal. Mm-hmm. I always thought.
So what kinds of things? You don't have to give us the gory details, but what kinds of things went on in the family?
Well, there would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to, you know.
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in our family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not. Or they would supposedly go away for a while and then come back.
Now, you were telling us earlier that this was that the practice would the Kilroy death was a religion called
Palamayombe, which not all people who practice Palamayombe obviously sacrifice. I think what we're looking at is a worship of evil here.
Right.
Taking normal or standard religions and converting them to the worship of evil.
Right. And I just want to emphasize that you don't have to be Caribbean to do it.
No.
Yes.
The other thing I want to point out, not all Jewish people sacrifice babies. I mean, that's not a very typical thing. I just want to point that out.
This is the first time I heard of any Jewish people sacrificing babies.
Brooklyn. So everyone, I live in Brooklyn about 30 years.
Yeah, the stream ended, but it was because of my OBS disconnected. It should be back now. If you hit refresh.
I'm a member of the Chabad Synagogue, which is in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. I've been a member there for 20 years. And I just wanted to come on a show to basically set the record straight. There's a lot of rumors. The tunnels, they existed. One of the reasons they exist is because it's more like a spy system. What I mean by spy system is if we dig the tunnels deep enough and going underneath many different buildings, then when we go into tunnels, we're able to basically listen more carefully to what neighbors are saying.
Oh, and perfect. Great. Just a harmless little espionage. Definitely not an encroachment against civil liberties. Certainly perfectly legal, right?
And as we can listen, we're actually doing the city of New York a favor
by
having these tunnels. Because we listen, we can listen for criminal activities that could be going on.
Dude, what are you? So you're a Orthodox Jewish community, supposedly just practicing a religion as a non-profit organization, but you're also doing the work of the NYPD, catching criminal. Who? What are you talking about?
Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to the page to help it grow. And if you'd like to support my work, join my Patreon for exclusive content.